Okay, I think we are live here. Just want to get the chat up if anyone joins impromptu live stream here. Okay, what are we doing? Elecraft, well, this afternoon, I think. Maybe at the luncheon tomorrow at PacificCon. Maybe at their booth right now. I have no idea. But the Elecraft KH1 just dropped, or like actually leaked. Someone went onto Elecraft's FTP server and found the document and leaked it. So I'm going to pull down my window here and let's see if I can figure out how to do this in a reasonable way. Okay, I'm just gonna make myself really small so we can scroll through this. We are looking at the Elecraft KH1, the brochure for it. Pretty neat here. Okay, so Elecraft KH1 new. It is a handheld 5-band transceiver, pocket-sized CW station that lets you operate from anywhere. New form factor, optimized for both desktop and pedestrian mobile use. Okay, so they're talking about tackling some of the hardest problems with HF field deployment. How do you get on the air in seconds? It has an internal ATU that tunes a built-in multi-band whip and a BNC connector for random wire antennas. It includes a field logging tray here with a pen that clips in. Man, this is so cool. This is kind of like the dream station, right? Like this fits in your back pocket. You can flip it open. You got your logger right there. The keys are right here. Okay, sorry, I'm getting off track here. Let's keep reading through. Okay, so providing field logging, truly convenient, creating the optimal user interface for handheld CW operation because there isn't always a place to sit. Yes, so true. And making an HF rig that's light enough to use HT style without wrist fatigue. Interesting. All right, so the result of this effort is the KH1, an ultra light radio you'll never leave at home. It's ideal for soda, hiking, vacation, and business travel, or just that carefree hour after chores are done. With the Edgewood package, not sure what that is, shown installed below. I guess we'll read below and figure that out. Your KH1. Okay, L Radiohead says, is that thing available? It is available at PacificCon. I'm sure there's going to be a huge waiting list on the website for this. We'll get to the price and a comparison with the KX2 in a second. Okay, Edgewood package, fold out tray and pen, plug-in keyer paddle, battery, charger, ATU, and whip antenna. It all fits in our versatile ES20 carrying case or in your back pocket. All right, let's go through our feature list here. It's 40 through 15 meters, and then does 6 through 22 megahertz shortwave listening. KD2YDN says it's already on back order for 1.8 billion years. All right, it includes a 2.5 amp hour lithium ion battery and internal charger. Awesome. Oh, it does CW decode and 2K TX log. I think that means it'll log, like, does that mean it'll make a log file from the Morse you're sending? I'm not sure. Okay, scan/mini pan feature, real-time clock, full remote control. Oh, that's interesting. No, Nick, you are not being pranked. Speaker, yep, sweet. RIT, XIT, and VFO lock. Light gray case stays cool even in bright sunlight. Woo-hoo! If you've used a KX2 at 10 watts in a hot day in the full sun, you know that overheating can be an issue. All right. I'm going to keep scrolling down here. KX1, your e-ticket to adventure. Imagine a complete 5-band station that disappears into a back pocket with an integrated log tray, pen, antenna, ATU, keyer paddle, and large internal battery. Grab your KH1 and rediscover the urban/wilderness boundary. First off, I want to know who this model is. Anyone know who this is? Who's this guy's call sign? How did he get this modeling job here? I love the little steel water bottle strapped to the waist too. All right, I'm gonna zoom in here. Okay, top end panel. Yeah, K6ARK, Adam, a radio that's not black. Top end panel includes a BNC jack, ground screw, whip band switch. Okay, so 15 through 17. So there must be some sort of internal inductor. So for switching bands, yeah, because that says 20 and then 15 and 20. So it changes the inductance of the whip with a switch that's on the actual radio. Battery can be accessed with the hinged back cover. And we got a carry case here. It's a little hard to tell, but it looks like there's holes on the carrying case that'll actually let the antenna be used, let the rig be used inside the carrying case. So it includes belt strap, D-hooks, carabiner. Cool, so probably a few ways to hold the radio. No, Adam, you didn't need to spray paint it pink. I got close to doing that. I started looking at different, because there's Spray Dot Bike that does really good spray paints for bicycles. It's like, I wonder if I could do my KX2 with a Spray Dot Bike spray can. Okay, let's go through the specs. The size of the enclosure, it is 1.4 inches high, 2.4 inches wide, and 4.4 inches long. Let me see. Let's we're gonna do this right now. I got a ruler. Okay, what did we say? 4.4 inches high. All right, well, I don't have a decimal inches ruler. And actually, I do have a decimal inches ruler, but it's over on the other side of the room. So we'll just keep rolling here. So we'll just do some estimations. Okay, so cut down a note card to 2.5 by 4.5. So it is even smaller than this note card with the protrusions though. So this is the enclosure with protrusions. So I guess maybe that means like our BNC connector here and the key and these knobs. So 5.6 long. Weight is only 7 ounces, 0.2 kilograms. Nice. Yeah, so this is significantly, well, it is smaller than a KX2. I imagine it's definitely less in height and then less in wide. Looks like it's just barely smaller than the length of a KX2. Nick says T1 size. Yeah, I don't know the size of the T1, but sounds about right. Okay, 7 ounces power supply, does 8 through 15 volts DC. Awesome, so it can run off a 9 volt spare battery pack. That's clutch. Okay, RX 6.7 through 22 megahertz. TX is on 40, 30, 20, 17, and 15 ham bands. I mean, that is, for Summits on the Air, that's really what we want. A lot of these multi-band, the MTR 4B, the fourth band on that is 80 meters, and that's not super useful for SOTA. We don't use that a lot unless we're like camping on a summit. So having the 40 through 15 is just so clutch. That's awesome. VFO features RIT, XIT, VFO lock, configurable step sizes, and per band scratch pad memory. Scratch pad memory. What does that mean? Does anyone know what that means? In the chat, what does scratch pad memory mean? Receiver architecture, superhet, variable BW crystal filter, MDS down to -30 dBm. The attenuator, -12 dB, switchable. Oh, so it can receive SSB as well. So you can do cross mode. Heck yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Has an S meter and an AGC included. All right, 5 watts out. Josh says quick memory. Okay. Thank you, Josh. All right, power output. 5 watts, all bands at 11 DC. SWR tolerance is infinite. What does that mean? I guess that means it has the ATU, so it'll just tune anything. Auto power rollback on excessive reflected power. Cool. Side tone, 500 to 800 hertz. Keyer, 8 to 50 words per minute. Does iambic A, B, and paddle reverse, and hand key mode. It does have a key jack if you don't want to use that. If I scroll up, so this is the key here that can be installed built in, but you can use a different key if you want through a jack. It'll store 3 messages and do auto repeat, so it has a beacon. ATU works with both the BNC and the whip mount. Matches most antennas on multiple bands to 2.5 to 1 SWR. Slide switch, so that's what we were talking about a minute ago. Selects for 50 and 17 meters or 20 meter high Q inductance for the whip, or a center off setting for the ATU to be used with the BNC jack. Okay, so it's a 3-position switch, center off when you're using a random wire with the BNC jack. 1 to 4 seconds matching time per band LC memories. So I'm interested in this full remote control. So I've kind of started looking into a remote station for home. If I could set this up as a remote, that would be sweet. Scanning, live audio scanning, visual spectral display, text logging. So you can do text logging. Timestamp, data upload function, RTC, text to code, and code practice mode. And TX monitoring voltage, and it has a speaker on it. Okay, the options included with the Edgewood package. So obviously there's the antenna tuner, 13-foot counterpoise, and 2 whip storage clips. Okay, does that mean that there's 2 different whips for different bands? Not sure. Okay, there's your key or paddle. Flips down for transport and up during use. I wonder if we can see that. Okay, so yeah, it'll... Cool. Okay, we got the logbook tray, and you can print your own log sheets from a PDF file. Rechargeable lithium-ion battery, internal charger, and of course the carrying case for that option. All right, let's go. Here, I'll scroll back up so we can look at that. I did see a file that was, let me see if I can get back to this. That was a comparison with the KX2. Okay. Oh, and cool. Move myself out of the way there. All right, so comparison, obviously, KX2, about $1,000. This is $550, and apparently you can get them at Pacificon right now. I don't know if they're running any specials on it. Maybe there's like a package special if you're getting everything. KX2, 9 bands, 80 through 10. KH1 is 5, 40 through 15. Obviously the KX1 has an AM and FM and some data modes. This looks like no data modes at the Obviously, sorry, saw something funny in the chat. Nick was saying by a reputable company. I think he's talking about a different CW rig. Okay, so no data modes on the KH1, so it looks like it's just a CW rig. Significantly smaller than the KX1. Without the options, it sounds like with some of the knobs and stuff, maybe it's a little bit of a bigger form factor, but 6 ounces compared to the KX2's 13 ounces. Okay, so they are saying max power 7 watts. Interesting. 4 switches, 2 knobs, 16 character 2-line display. Obviously, there's no built-in mic because there's no SSB TX. Has a medium range. Yeah, they both have auto tuners. Can use external or the provided paddles. Looks like the internal battery is the same, and the internal battery that Elecraft uses is a Tenergy. Really good batteries. I recently got a new one from Tenergy, and I did 5 activations, mostly at 10 watts last weekend, and I still had plenty of juice left. So these are really good batteries. Looks like you can use the internal charger or an external. Comes with the real-time clock, which I know some people use on the KX2. Oh, Josh is looking for something for Nick. Oh yeah, I'm gonna drop into the chat. QRP did a full write-up of this, so go check that out. Okay, additional hardware features. KX2, obviously, you can use it as like kind of an HT style with an internal mic. We've already gone over the log tray and folding pen for the KH1. Man, if anyone's at Pacificon and wants to pick up an extra one for me, let me know. This is so cool. I really want this radio. What I like about this, here I'm gonna jump back to the brochure here. What I like about this is it's thinking out of the box. So there's a ton of cheaper multi-band CW only radios hitting the market now. You know, I see someone in the chat mentioned the Venus SW3B, which does 3 bands. That's 138 shipped. There's the QMX, which just came out from QRP Labs. Came out a few months ago. I'm not sure the price on that. I think it's around $200 to ship it to the US. And that's a great option. But everyone's kind of stuck in that sort of same form factor of trying to use of here, I'm gonna make myself a little bit that same form factor. It's across the room. You know, it's that same kind of same rectangle. Nothing new has been done with it. I like what they're doing here, that you know, they're thinking out of the box a little bit. They've put the knobs and an integrated keyer down on the bottom so you can hold it in your hand rather than I guess if you were to talk about it in terms of photos, this is a profile ham radio. Get a different note card. Profile versus landscape. So you're using it a little bit differently, and then it has that logging tray that opens up. Oh, I am so stoked about this. I don't know what else to say about this right now. I know they'll be talking about this at Pacificon. So hopefully someone will live stream or record that for us all to see. In the chat, before I log off here, what questions do you have about this? What are you stoked about? I mean, obviously the question is, when does everyone else in not at Pacificon get to order this? Yeah, I don't have anything else to say about it. I'm stoked. It's cool. I think that $550 price point is not bad, considering uh, the sort of extra features you're getting. It's thinking out the box. I love it. I mean, it has an ATU built in, which personally I've only been using random wire antennas lately, and the fact that it's built for random wire antennas, built for the whip, built to use the ATU is just so rad. That's awesome. I'm stoked. Yeah. Yeah, Chris KD2 YDN says ATU size 5 bands all in one station. This is hard to beat for SOTA. I completely agree. This is so cool. Nick says needs higher bands. It has higher bands. Oh, maybe. Oh, you guys are talking about a different radio, I think. All right. That's all from me. I'm Tim N7KOM. This is the new Elecraft KXH. Someone at Pacificon, send me an email. Get me one of these. This is so cool. All right. I'm going to log off now. 7-3. Talk to y'all soon. Oh, yeah. Before you leave, I got a video dropping at noon. So in about a half hour for the Eclipse activation that we did on Saturday with W7MTV and N7 OLE. I'll be back for that. Join me there. All right. 7-3 N7KOM. Ham harder. Morse on. Morse harder.